And then let me see, stop sharing, and then see what other people are saying. Yeah, you said Ono. Yes, it is Ono. So it's a one of you know the King Henry VIII of England killed many people in order to get divorce and also separate from the Catholic Church. So it's almost about that kind of scandal, and also killing your own blood shared brothers. It's morally wrong, right? So King Sejong also knew, but for political decision he had to do it. Anyhow, it's a very tragic time. So you can see that under the pressure. So he was dreaming of this peaceful paradise. So the dream journey, if you see the entire scroll, it looks like this. So this is dream journey to Peach Blossom Land, and then you have a little bit of letters by Prince Angyeon. Here the calligraphy shown each side of the painting, like this one. It's dyed with indigo. You know what indigo? Blue pigment dyed, and then written with red. And then here on this side, it's also Prince Ampyeong's own handwriting in order to record what happened, and that's what we just read. Like Abigail just read over here. So who wants to read this? Jackson, can you read this? Jackson, Connor?
The calligraphy shown on each side of the painting are done Prince Ampyeong himself. He wrote the title of the painting and one more inscription next to the title. The prince wrote his screen description on the left of the painting. It is said that his calligraphy style is similar to a Chinese calligrapher known as Xiao Mengfu. Sorry, I don't want to say Chinese.
Xiao Mengfu, yes, good.
Another unique part of his calligraphy inscription is the way it is structured and has similar way of traditional Buddhist sutras. Mind you that this Joseon period where they want to move away from Buddhist ideology and move towards Confucianism. Buddhist Sutras is a collection of Buddhist texts. It is the Dharma of the law of Buddha. The short passage of his dream is to set and make 18 spaces in vertical lines with 17 characters written in each. This leaves only one space empty at the top of the line. Within Buddhist Sutras, they usually are written to have 17 characters per line.
So this one explains that the way these are written is very much in resemblance of the Buddhism. So what I'm saying is, officially the government made Neo-Confucianism as a political ideology. People who moved, who joined this new country of Joseon, they were born in Korea Dynasty. It's not very abrupt changes. It's only, so the country was established in 1392, so it's less than 50 years. So what here they're trying to say is people's customs didn't change so much. They are very accustomed to Buddhist devotions in a way. And also he may wish to get a little bit of transcendental peace in Buddhism as well. But there is also a theory telling us that this painting is fragmentary. We don't know the actual dimensions of the painting. So some scholars suggest that there are more parts, like this is only a third of it. And you have like a previous part, like 2/3 of it, somewhere, in the beginning, because the hand scroll you read from right to left, it goes like this. And if you use that, then there is no like a beginning journey, and you suddenly in the that high, plateau with Peach Blossom Land, and it also makes sense that you come out of it, and then, or when he looked down to tie his shoes, he woke up. But it is really abrupt. So there is another theory. So maybe in the next 50 years, if you ever find the beginning part of a scroll, you should let us know. We don't know. We don't know is the mounting itself is intact. It's the same as early Joseon Dynasty. We don't know. It could have been reassembled in a later period. So in some fragmentary painting, sometimes people say that this fisherman hiding behind the rock could be Angyeon himself, but it's not proven yet. You can read this on your own. And then Angyeon was very talented, so he can paint something like a story from the old Chinese history. This is the Red Cliff, where there were great warfare took place in the three kingdoms of China. Or this is another landscape in the style of Angyeon. So we don't know whether it is actually by Angyeon. So that's why we call it in the style of. This kind of example tell us that Angyeon's style was very popular. So you have a foreground, the darker, and then you have a middle ground, usually abbreviated with mist in the middle. But this mist means that from here to that mountain in the far distance, very, very far. It's like a abbreviated. And then you have, let's say, 50 miles out, you see that big mountain, and then even more mountains encircled by clouds and the mist. So usually these are the mist. And the composition, this one is a hanging scroll, right, vertical. And then the dream journey, this one is a hand scroll, like held by hand, right on top. Angyeon is the most famous artist of this time, and he has 4 seasons. Like 4 seasons, very popular subject matters. Or he could paint that 8 views of 4 seasons, and usually these are called Xiao and Shang rivers in Hangzhou, China. So it's just a pictorial subject matters. So what he's usually doing is he put the foreground only on one side and he open up the other side. Or in order to have like a matching pair, so here you are going to have this side filled with scenes, like a natural object, and then open up on this side. So when you mount this on usually screen painting, you have to put them together. It's a set, and this is a set. Like open up here, this is open up the other side. It's like a mirroring, right? So it is heavy on this side and open up the other. And then you have a lot of mountains over here and you open up this side. Then it goes far distance in that side. So spring, summer, fall, winter. Winter, you can see the extra white color. And all painted in silk. You can see that silk is really, really old and worn out. I'm going to read this myself. So Angyeon was able to illustrate the feeling and sense of the seasons that he saw and felt. In the early spring, the composition is divided in half. Right of it is the side of a mountain. There is a detailing of trees and scrubs on the creases of the mountain. The mountain's contour lines have light tones and becomes even lighter towards the center. There also appears a small architectural structure on the incline of the mountain with a few small figures inside. To the left, there is a boat heading toward the mountain. In the background, there are faint mountain ranges in the distance. In the late spring, Angyeon has shifted his perspective. Majority of the subject is painting on the left of the composition, leaving the right empty and feel more open. On autumn, there are barn-like houses suggesting human life. Also, there is a man on his boat ready to start fishing. The negative space becomes the body of water and fog. So when you see empty space, it's not empty. You assume that this is water and fog. A high mountain on the background, revealing only its peak. There are trees painted in a needle technique of vertical strokes. Rocks and mountains are painted in a chun. It's called chun. It's a Chinese character, so it's again pronounced as chun techniques. Specifically in grand drags in mud gesture. He highlights the main body and base of the mountain. There is also a cascading river on the bottom left of the paintings.